Hello, and welcome to the W.A.I.T channel. What Am I Thinking? A podcast where two sisters share uplifting conversations on fun and sometimes serious topics.
Join us each week by clicking the notification bell and subscribing to our channel. If you enjoy the show, use the share link. It's one of the best ways to expand the conversation. Okay, happy holidays, jingle bell, jingle bell. If you all haven't begun your Christmas shopping, you need to get to it. We know about the shortages, the long lines, but we also know about Christmas parties, whether it's your family or your office. They like to call it gifting. What do you think about that, Tracy?
So I think gifting in and of itself is an amazing thing because it's one of those selfless acts where you are sharing something with someone else just because sometimes. However, at Christmas time, the intent and the sentiment can sometimes be lost, unfortunately, especially if let's talk about the workplace. There's so many different ways that offices choose to celebrate. Some do a Secret Santa, and so you're going to get little things throughout whether they do a 12-day thing or whether they do a 2-week thing leading up to Christmas, and then you find out at the Christmas party who your Secret Santa was. Or you could do a name-pulling thing where the person writes down things and you have a gifting limit of what you're going to spend. Or you can do the Dirty Santa, where you have these gifts where, sometimes I've been in places where the company has bought the gifts, and some of them are great. Some of them are, they range from really, really nice to not so great, but that's part of the Dirty Santa. And some have, different ways to do it where the individuals will each bring a gift to participate in the Dirty Santa. And those things, even though the intent is fun, if you're the one that ends up with the not so great gift and you provided a really nice gift, or, the fun sentiment of the holiday can get lost.
It's like as you were listing all those things, I was thinking about an Office episode where Michael buys the iPod, whereas the gift cutoff, I think it was like $10 or $15.
Oh.
And I guess he just expected somebody to buy him something of equal value as the iPod. So what was supposed to just be a gift exchange turned into Dirty Santa, and it was just a party that went awry.
All right. And so I come to mind of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where they did the episode of the I don't know if they called it Dirty Santa with their gift giving, but they had I want to say that they had a $100 limit was what they were supposed to spend. Yeah. And there was a new housewife, Drew, and she was doing a gift that was kind of a gotcha gift to one of the young ladies, but with this, you kind of don't know who's going to get it. So it was kind of like, how could you really
expect that particular person to get
the gift? But I think all of them could, So needless to say, since Candy gave somebody the new iPhone.
Oh, no.
So,
Did you say $100?
I believe that was supposed to be the limit.
Well, maybe
$100.
hers was a buy one, get one free.
Well, no. I could have the dollar amount wrong, but I know whatever you were supposed to spend, she had to stretch it. Well, Candy did, but she would have had to stretch it. I mean, somebody got something, what was the other good one? Well, the not good one was, I think, Cynthia's sister gave somebody some of the wine from the Bailey.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
But she said it was more than one.
Okay.
It was but she said that she bought them and I have air quotes
Okay.
that she purchased them. So that was one. That's what came to mind as I was talking about it, that, you know, if you're the one that ends up with the not so great gift, then, oh, I know what it was. Drew did a wig, because they had been talking about, one of the ladies had been kind of talking about her wig, and all of them were like, you ain't paid, maybe the amount was $1,000. However much it was, they were like, this wig didn't cost $10.
Oh,
so,
my word.
yeah, so it was kind of funny. But it could go bad. Mm-hmm. And it can go bad, really bad in the workplace, because you still have to come back after the holiday. Mm-hmm. And if you have not been, let's say, a great actor, as you opened and received and accepted your gift, you know, it could not be cute.
And I think that's one of the downsides to it. I think the only way it can be win-win mm-hmm. is if the person writes on a piece of paper what it is they would want.
And if you have to stick to it and be very specific, then, you know, but I think sometimes people feel as if that takes some of the fun out of it. But to me, it saves hurt feelings.
But you know what? Okay, so in a way, it does take the fun out of it, because they all could just take that money and go buy that gift
for themselves.
I mean, when you think about it.
Yeah.
But it's and that's what makes the office gift party one of the trickiest, because usually, mm-hmm. no, you're not able to tell the person what you want. Mm-hmm. So you kind of have to arrive and be a really good actor mm-hmm. or a spoiled sport.
Yeah.
And I've seen both. Yeah. I've seen people be spoiled sports, mm-hmm. grown people, mm-hmm. adults, and then those that, you know, were not very good in their acting.
Right.
And I know I have been Academy Award winning.
I bet you have, sister. I bet you have.
And just put it in my bag and left and thought I will not be participating next year.
Well, I don't even know if I get the not be participating next year, but it's just one of those things where it's like, if you are the one that is getting the great gift, how can you feel okay about slighting someone else? So let's talk about the price limit thing.
Okay, all right.
So with the price limit, let's say there's a $25 limit.
So first, before we even talk about the price limit, let's first talk about what should never be considered an okay price limit. Like, you can't buy nothing for $10.
Yeah, the 5 and the 10. You might as well say, do the fun gifts and say,
absolutely.
Go to the dollar store. Right. Everybody go, and then you know that you're going to be not get anything great. And that, to me, that takes less pressure, because you know.
But if it's going to be fun, then right. You're not expecting something really great.
Exactly. And I know as a family, we have done that, where we have said, okay, we're going to all shop at the dollar store. And we even specified, not the Dollar Tree, but literally the dollar store. There's a different, not Dollar General, dollar store, you know. So, and it needs to be $1 and you can spend $5. So you should be getting 5 things.
Right.
To be the goal.
Right.
So if you do that, then you're okay. But if you set a $25 price limit, a $50 price limit, you need to let that amount be coming off your credit card, your debit card, your bank account, your checking account. That needs to be the amount. It can't be that it was a $50 regular price, but you got it on sale for $35, and that's what you give the person. Because that's not the spirit of the giving.
Well, let's do the up and the downside about that.
Okay, that's because you must have done this.
Well, you know, so in that person's defense, and I'm not fessing up to anything, you know, so if they got lucky and they got it on sale, mm-hmm. we know how a lot of times Black Friday, something is one price on Friday, mm-hmm. and then Monday rolls around and it's back to the regular price. Mm-hmm. So should we penalize that person for being a savvy shopper?
That person has $15 more to spend. If you got it for $35, and it's a 50. You got $15 more to spend.
Okay, so we know where you feel on that. Okay. So you're right. You're right. It's not fair, and that's the difficult part, because it takes you're the person. What I'm not saying, looking for the word credible, but it's a person that has
integrity.
Yes, yes. So you do have
Yes.
to, and it would be really sad if somebody did somehow find out that you did not spend that amount of money. Yes. So office parties,
because they're the same savvy Black Friday shopper that you are.
Absolutely. And they're out there, so don't think that you can, be savvier or trickier than the other person.
Right.
But that is what it, so my thing, and what I have learned over the years with those office parties, is to just go into it with a light attitude and lighthearted, and not invest a lot of feeling into it. But what I did find out, though, for a lot of people, especially if it's a single person or someone recently divorced, or that might be the only gift that they're receiving.
Yes.
So they do have a lot of emotions invested in that gift.
Well, and I know of someone who the things that we give them, they wait till Christmas morning.
Wow.
To open
them.
Because there's no big family anymore. And so those gifts are outside of their significant other, and so
they matter.
Yeah. So
and the other side of that coin is, so when you are participating in stuff like that, because we know how some people they don't put a lot of weight and value in Christmas gifts, period, because they're the type of person, they're going to buy whatever they want throughout the year. Right.
Yes.
So for them, it's like, bad gift. Oh, that's not, I'm going to buy all my stuff after Christmas. But if you're that person that does participate in gift giving, you can't behave or have your emotions purchase the gift using how you feel about it, because you're missing the point.
You are.
Gift giving is supposed to be something where you're putting time and effort in, and you're thinking about the other person. I don't even know what is the definition of the word gift, but I know that we've lost something with just holidays, period, or birthdays, or giving. That's the reason gift cards are a huge thing. And not only are they so huge, now we have legislation that says that companies can't say cards are only good for 30 days or 90 days. Most gift cards do not have expiration dates. That came due to legislation.
Right.
Because so many people want to be thoughtless with gifts. And I include myself. Sometimes it's hard thinking, what should I buy for this person? It's easier just to go out and get them a Visa gift card or to some restaurant.
True. And so we definitely need to be more mindful of why we're doing what we're doing. As they say, remember the reason for the season kind of thing. And it may sound cheesy, but it is. It's supposed to be that sentiment behind it, and the thoughtfulness. And when they say this, the thought that counts, to some degree, it is, but you also have to, because I'm a rule follower. So follow the rules of the gift giving exchange so that the experience can be good for everybody.
But you said something that's key there. It's the thought that counts. My question is, what is your thought behind the gift?
How much thought did you put into it? or was it a burden? Because there are people, I'm not a huge shopper, meaning I'm not going to be in the store. Online shopping has been a blessing. Hallelujah. It has been a blessing to me, because as much as I want it to be that person that's going to shop and go look for the best price and go to 3 different stores, no, that's not me.
I agree.
So being able to look at a couple online places and be able to take care of it in that way, much successful.
But to be quite honest, online shopping can be just as nerve-wracking as going to the store, because you're right. You got to go to this site. Well, okay, it's the price of this site. Okay, so let me go. So there is.
But there are some great apps that will do comparisons for you.
Oh.
So you just gotta do.
Okay.
We can talk about that.
All right.
There are some. There are so many that will do it for you.
Okay.
But once again, you got to take the step to even research that and see what works for you. And it's different with something that's electronics as opposed to clothing items.
Right.
But there are some out there. But the bottom line is, you know yourself well enough to know whether this is going to be something that brings you joy as part of the process, or if it's something that's going to be like, So I know even for me, most husbands are, when they have to do their part in the office, not all of them are going to go do the shopping. They're going to give it to their spouse.
It's their spouse or their significant other, absolutely.
So, when there's a baby shower in the office, whatever, I know I'm getting the name and going to the registry, but I don't mind that, because he knows it's not a joy for him to do it. But the sentiment behind his desire to still want to participate and give is there. So I facilitate.
So let's shift the topic just slightly. So what is the etiquette, gift-giving holiday etiquette for the small group of people who are Santa's elves, and they bring in gifts and cookies for everybody, but not everybody reciprocates? Is there office etiquette with that? If you see the gifts streaming in, should you feel like, oh, I need to go out and get a little trinket too? Or is it okay just to receive?
I think it depends on the workplace. And typically, you know who your people are and what they're going to do. So, for example, when it comes to doing whether it's a work anniversary or a birthday or the holidays, you know the people who are going to be signing their name on it and keeping it moving. And you know the ones that are going to be, can I give you something on that? You know who they are. You know the one who you're going to give them something if it's an office where everybody gives, and you'll have the person that will just give you the little bag of candy.
Okay.
But if that's what they can give, then that's what they can give.
Okay.
Or they give nothing. But you know who the people are in the office.
I want to up the ante.
Oh, Lord.
So now we're bringing in food. Because we always got to have that little Christmas meal. Okay. And you know how you got that person. I got the best recipe, and I'm bringing it in. It's chili, or it's that fruit cake. Or that salmon.
Yeah, not a big proponent of that. Even before COVID, I'm like, let's order in. Because we can't necessarily go out.
It's always one in the office.
There are typically some potlucks that may want to happen. There are those who think they have the best pound cake, the best cheesecake, the best mac. Don't even want to get me started on the mac and cheese. But there are those that feel that they're the baker or whatever. And,
So how do you politely decline eating certain things? Because I know I've been in that situation where I've taken a little sample.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Right.
I try to. Or there are times where there's something where it's just like, nope, that's just not my thing. And I'm not going to put something on my plate that I know I absolutely don't like.
I think of this one party many, many years ago, and salmon is an expensive fish, and no one touched it. And I felt so bad for her, and it was like stinking up the whole room, So just to be kind, because I did feel bad for her. I took a little sample.
In that case, I can't say, that I wouldn't have, but I'm just like I'm a rule follower. I'm pretty honest to who I am, and to pretend that I'm going to eat something and put it on my plate to know that I'm not going to touch it. I really don't do that.
And it wasn't good.
Oh,
it
you
was
tasted it.
dry
Oh,
and...
you were so brave. I don't think that's not me. That's not me. Now, something that has happened is I've had somebody make something and it's just been like placed near me, and or put like just showed up or in my office or whatever. And I have tried to bless it forward to other people,
okay,
because I know that I didn't like it or whatever. So, and I'm a big person on waste, so I try not to throw things away that are edible. Try to let somebody, So I try to find somebody to bless it forward to, even if it's not going to be me partaking of it. And so we're kind of running out of time, so I don't think we can totally get into regifting, which we can talk about that after the holiday. That will probably be an even more opportune time, because most people will have something that they have been gifted with that they would like to ungift.
Yes, absolutely. So if you want to learn about when our next podcast will be loaded to our channel, make sure you click on that notification button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and push that subscribe button. We'd love to have you with us. And thanks for listening.
Thanks to listening to What Am I Thinking? The W.A.I.T channel. Tune in to Lori and Tracy next time.